as we step on the mic, man, you notice the difference. Heavenly blessed with the melanin, baby, you know that we winning. No time for the long talk, got 120 on the clock. Wednesday, 8 through 10, all the bad vibes better stop. Cause you gotta come with that energy. Casual convos, baby, come down and just sit with me. Lil' Coco be spitting that remedy. Casual convos, baby, come down and just sit with me. You better take this shit serious. She dropping knowledge on head and it's free for the play. Tap in right now if you curious. We got the ham radio going lit every A. We go from people to family to pilots. Stay with me if you got something to say. Know it's important if we go acknowledge. Speak on the business and get out the way. What you gonna say about my mama? She winning, you rockhead.
What's up, y'all? Happy Wednesday to everyone and everyone tuning from Baltimore to Asheville, North Carolina, New York City, all around the world. Welcome to the Casual Convo Show. It's another Wednesday. It's what we do. Welcome to the show. We have conversations about topics that affect communities, personal and business relationships. We always have the Casual Convo, so you and me don't have to have the tough convo. Sorry for stuttering. I'm your co-host Boscoe from the Bronx. Rich behind the boards, hand radio, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, we're everywhere. And I got my host, and I got to give her props for putting me on. Coco's in the building. What up, y'all?
Hey, y'all. What's going on?
Have to get a recording of you saying that.
Hi.
I said we got to get a recording of you saying, hey, y'all. What up, y'all?
How are you?
It's been an eventful day, just like yours.
That's it. But why your neighbors outside mowing the lawn in a tornado?
Hey, look here, y'all. Let me tell y'all, people, we had a tornado watch today, and we got the rain and the wind and the whole lick. We just didn't get the damage. We got some power outages. But it was pouring rain, and my neighbor was out there mowing his lawn. I'm going to say this to all of y'all. Don't do drugs. That's what I tell you. Don't do drugs.
Well, how did it turn out?
How does wet grass turn out? He got some of it cut, but I'm gonna take a picture of it one day. I'll take a picture today. Well, tomorrow he probably get it done because it's I don't know if he might have got it done later on because the sun came out. But when I look back out the window, it was just this dude he's a bass head, he's a meth head. He does all that stuff. So, well, he's actually my neighbor's son, but he's like 28, but he looked like he's about 50.
We should have recorded it.
I know. I was just laughing too hard, man. I was like, this nigga. Anyway, on with the show.
Okay. Well, I guess we're gonna start with the mental health check-in.
Of course.
Okay.
Okay, what?
So listen, like
like okay. I'm like,
so I had to do that. I had to go on my little hiatus from my phone.
Yeah.
That was actually like a one of the things in school. You know how you had to do like the SMART goals and certain things to help you, like So one of the things was I wanted to focus more, and we don't know, phones can be like a major like distraction, right?
Big time.
My phone is one. So I was like, oh, all right, I'm gonna just do this. So I just left the phone off. I was like, I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna just see for a week or whatever. And just to get my thoughts together, I needed that. And then it was kind of like, it's always, I didn't miss it the way I thought I would.
Yeah.
I was kind of okay, and I was more productive. So I was like, well, I need to do this more often. Just turn the whole phone off and don't do nothing. Only people, but it's also an eye opener because it show you who actually call you just to check on you. Because people will hit me up on social media like, hey, yo, what's going on? You all right? You good? Like, and I was like, oh, wow. So those are the people I would stay in close connection with.
Let me do a sponsorship thing. Check out the hand radio shirt she has on right now. Hand radio also has hoodies and hats. Go to handradio.org/shop. Get your hoodies, get your hats, get your shirts. They're dope. She got hers. I should have rocked mine today. But I just did laundry and it's still sitting in my clean stuff. I haven't folded it yet. and I don't want to come in here and have this wrinkled shirt. Well, actually, you don't have to iron it out, to be honest with you. But mine is so far down in the laundry, I had to dig down there. It's clean, but you know. But anyway, get your merch, man. Hats, t-shirts, hoodies, good quality. They feel good. And
Yes,
I don't
they
know if you
don't
guys
shrink.
can
They
see.
actually stretch because I ain't gonna say that, but
Yeah, they can
they
see that.
stretch because I got a little wider. So
Yeah, they can see. We they know.
nah,
They can
I
see.
got
They can see
like
that. Yeah,
we
they
working
see.
on it
Yeah,
though.
yeah. We see that. You know. You can't see the color because it's on the screen, but trust me, when you look at it, the colors is bright with the little gold fading in. It's dope, y'all. Hamradio.org/shop. Go pick it up. Check it out, man. Comes pretty fast. It starts to show.
Oh, you ain't got nothing today. You just good. It's just me. That's my stuff.
Oh yeah, I got something real short. Shout out to oh shoot, Rachel Hines and my friend Levine Montgomery here locally. We had a discussion today about reading, and we were saying what we're going to do. And I think in our community we should do this because Malcolm X once said back in 1963, the best way to hide something for Black people is to put it in a book. And in the age of social media, we look for things on social media to be so fast, and we look at YouTube videos. And we've had this talk before. Well, the thing with social media, you can edit something real quick and people won't even notice that you edited it. The same with videos. But when you get a book written in the 30s or the 20s or 40s, 50s, or whatever, that's there. You always find original printing so you know you got what you got. So if this person felt this way, you know how they felt. I don't care if it's 20, 30, 40 years later. You know what their mindset was. Maya Angelou said, when a person shows you who they are the first time, believe them. There's a lot of books out there for us to read, to educate ourselves. Forget these videos. Forget social media. Read a book because an actual book will teach you patience. Sit there and read. 48 Laws of Power, The Art of War, The 7 Ways of Communication, Why Black Men Tend to Shout by the late Ralph Wiley, the autobiography of Malcolm X. There's so many books we could be reading to educate and stimulate our minds. And I just say, try reading, y'all. Let's get off of social media and let's read. Shouts
Well,
out to Doug.
not
What's up,
right now
Doug? How you
though.
doing? Not right now. Not for the next 2 hours. Not for the next 2 hours. What's up, Doug? How you doing, bro? What's up, Rev? Oh, Bishop. My bad. Let me give you the right title. Yeah, I don't want to call somebody something. I gotta give them a title, man. That's what they are. Mental health check-in. How you doing?
I already did mine. This is for you.
Oh well, I'm doing great. You know, I got to see the man mowing his lawn in a thunderstorm. Yeah, it was eventful, but I had a good day. Restful. They
Oh,
changed my
that's good.
schedule now, so I'm not working 5 straight days anymore. It's like 2 on, 1 off, 2 on, 1 off, and I like it that way. I got a rest day, so yeah. Let's go.
Okay, so the topic for tonight is knowing. Hey, Paul, is knowing
So,
when to
Paul,
walk away. The reason why this topic is a topic for tonight is I think a lot of times we have conversations, and I think we stay in no matter it's not just walking away from a romantic relationship, but like an employer, like a job,
yeah,
friends, family, you know,
yeah.
anything. Sometimes we stay in something too long.
Hmm.
So I
Hmm.
kind of just wanted to dissect different scenarios, different situations of when we should or why do we stay, to say to say the least. So I
Hmm.
thought it would be like an interesting and maybe just to get think about it a little bit.
Yeah, I agree.
So the first one is when do you walk away from a? I want to do employment first 'cause I think that's
Hmm.
everybody's most difficult thing to stay in, and I
Hmm.
think we become complacent no matter what happens.
Hmm.
We stay. So like what would make you or watch? When do you think it's time to walk away from a job?
With me, it's when the respect level goes down. Like, as people know, I'm a chef. If I'm in a position and they basically start undermining me. Like, let's say they bring someone in, they hire someone less qualified and everything else, and they have someone who is under me tell me what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, and it's not about power. It's about, okay, these guys are undervaluing me now. And then bringing someone in who doesn't have the experience. And if it's a point to where when I talk to them, they're just listening, but they're not hearing me anymore, it's time to go, because you're not going to disrespect me. I worked hard to get to where I am. And what's up, Chris? I work hard to get to where I am, and you're going to knock me down because for whatever reason it is, and you just disrespect me. What I say doesn't matter. You don't want to hear my voice, nothing. And yeah, I'm that's the main reason. When the lack of respect, when the respect goes down, I gotta go. Because if I respect you and I put in work, respect me.
I agree.
Yeah.
Mine, I think, is when it gets toxic, or
Mm.
you ever be in an environment you know it's toxic, and I think sometimes we get in the mindset of, oh, if I ignore it, or if I just
Mm.
do what I got to do, and sometimes you want to do your eight and skate.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to do that when it's something just toxic, and I've been in one of those situations. So I'm gonna give like an example.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
What's up, Jude?
I don't want to say, but you probably gonna know. So I did work for an employee where you know how you ever work in
I'm
an
gonna call
environment.
mine out when you come back around to me. I'm gonna call mine out. I don't give a shit.
Hey, Jude. So right. So I'm gonna use that one for an example, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna do 100% transparency.
Mm-hmm.
So leadership sucked,
Mm-hmm.
number one, and it wasn't that it sucked because we couldn't have our way. You
Mm-hmm.
ever work for somebody that's supposed to be in leadership but does not know how to lead? They didn't have the qualities or the
Yeah.
skill
Yeah.
to lead. So you can't lead a department or you can't lead staff
Mm-hmm.
off of your personal feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be, and basically the personal feeling was envy. I'm gonna use
Mm-hmm.
Drew for an example.
Mm-hmm.
Drew was one of the people that the leadership was envious of. And
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't based on looks or whatever. It was just based on professionalism,
Mm-hmm.
skills, and the fact that when you have a likable personality
Mm-hmm.
and you know your shit. So it's one thing if we're a team and then you go and you say, okay, well, um, let's say me and you work together, and I'm like, hey, well, from experience,
Mm-hmm.
this is something that worked. Maybe we could
Mm-hmm.
try this and tweak it to our flow,
Mm-hmm.
so we can work a little, smarter, not harder, but and be more productive.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not how. I don't know about where you was,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and it's like, okay. And so
Mm-hmm.
then when we speak and we bring it to the, and when we get real specific,
Mm-hmm.
then that's one of the things. How
Yeah.
can you lead me and you're not specific, you're Pacific all the time, and then you
Mm-hmm.
want to get smart. Everything is like an argument. If it's and
Mm-hmm.
then when you bring something to the table,
Mm-hmm.
it don't make sense. And
Mm-hmm.
when you work for people who are skilled and experienced, like and as independent workers who know the job, certain
Mm-hmm.
things just have to make sense. If it's dumb, it's dumb. And it's like if
Yeah.
you notice your error rate is up here, but your
Mm-hmm.
productivity is down here, clearly
Mm-hmm.
you're doing something wrong,
Right.
right? So we run into that. And then it
Mm-hmm.
would be everything is just, and then the whole, you want to talk about this person, you trying to turn people against you. So my experience was you want to go and have sidebar conversations with
Mm-hmm.
other leadership and other people who may like me professionally that I had to work hand in hand with when we like
Jude.
whether it was like a
Keep talking.
whether it was
I ain't messing with Jude, man.
so yeah, it would be like even whether it was a what was I saying? Okay, so even if it was like a just any type of thing, and you would try to
Yeah.
go and start a bunch of, you would create a hostile environment.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, because I don't like you personally, your work ethic is flawless.
Yeah.
And then you go and have these sidebar conversations. So now
Mm-hmm.
what happens is the people that actually like you are like, hey, what's going on? Like, da, 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 da. And you like, you completely blindsided. You're like, well, where is this coming from?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then they go into asking questions. So you shouldn't have to come to work and feel defensive. This is what I'm trying to say. I got to put
Right.
it on in a nutshell. You shouldn't come in and feel defensive or like you walking on eggshells. And then when you try to leave, they try to block you from other positions.
Mm-hmm.
So long story short, she tried to let me go.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't signed nothing.
Yeah.
So I said, oh, you can do whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I said, and I am.
Yeah.
I called. See,
Mm-hmm.
the thing about it is, I know procedure and I know policy. You did none of them. You didn't write me up.
Mm-hmm.
You
Sound like
didn't do
nobody.
like a what is it called? Part of the policy was you had to do like a another probationary period or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So going to the appeal, everything came out. They asked, the one question they asked, well, what type of worker is she? Impeccable, marvelous, great, great to work with, not hard to work with, no problems. This is that and the third. So everything, even when I was sick with COVID, you put that in
Mm-hmm.
and try to say I didn't, like, I was, it was a whole bunch of missed things that I had documentation for. So let's just say that.
Yeah.
So
Well,
the
you
one
know.
thing,
Okay.
huh?
Good. No.
So
Good.
then
Good.
let's just say, all in all, I won.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a choice. They were like, well, just go, you can come back, you can do this, you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
I chose not to.
Yeah.
And so the reason why I chose not to is, why would I put myself back through that situation where my skill set is, no shade, above that,
Mm-hmm.
and I can do better than what that was. But it's
Yeah.
no way, because if it was, it would be more toxicity,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
So I wasn't going to block my blessings. So let's just say, even within a couple of weeks time frame, I earned my degree,
Mm-hmm.
and on my way to graduate,
Mm-hmm.
I got a job offer making way more money,
Mm-hmm.
you know, on my skill set level. And
Mm-hmm.
guess where that person is still at?
Yeah.
Still there, looking miserable. And it's just like, God don't like ugly. So sometimes, if that wouldn't have happened, I would probably still be there.
Yeah. With
Off of,
me, well, you know what happened with my last job,
yeah.
but I would tell people, and this has nothing to do with Marriott Corporation. This is about a brand of a person who has a part of the brand. And I'm gonna call the place out because I don't give a shit. Um, I don't. I told them before I ever come back, because I was asked to come back. I don't know if I told you a couple of weeks ago I was asked to come back, and I told them basically to suck my, you know. Anyway, what you said is what I went through. Now, anyone who worked with me knows I'm not one of them chefs who yells at people. I'm not. I don't do that. I'm easy to get along at work, you know. Um, like if the servers, we supposed to charge servers for food. I don't charge them, say what you want to eat. I'm very easy to get along with at work. Now we had a person who never done food and beverage, just worked as a bartender. So they moved her into the position. Me and her the same age. They moved her into the food and beverage department, and they put her over me. Don't understand why, but they put her over me. That was strike number one, because she does not have the experience. So she wanted to change. Like with me, I'm the type of chef that I don't like cooking from a can. If we're gonna make sauce, let's make it fresh. If we're gonna make if we need mayonnaise, let's make it. We got eggs. We got all that stuff to make mayonnaise. You know, if we're gonna make ranch, we got the milk. We got the butter. We got the sour cream. We got the mayonnaise. We got the dill. We got all that stuff to make ranch dressing. And I said, why are we buying all of these quick stuff when we can make it in house, have it fresh? Why are we doing that? Well, it'll make things faster. No, we don't need to be faster. We need to be efficient, but we need to push out fresh product. We are the Aloft Hotel, the Aloft downtown Asheville, 51 Biltmore Avenue. Yes, I'm calling y'all out because y'all ain't shit. We are a 4-star hotel. Why are we serving stuff that you make in a fast food restaurant? It was stuff like that. Like we buy chicken fingers. We buy chicken fingers. They obviously look like they came out of a freaking laboratory. They don't even look like chicken fingers. When you open them, you're like, this don't look like chicken. I said, why don't we just make our own? The reason we couldn't make our own because she didn't know how to make our own. You know what churros are? We used to sell regular pretzels that you heat up, the little soft pretzels. So we switched to churros, which was great. I was like, hell yeah. Because see, she was making those pretzels and dipping them in cinnamon sugar. I said, why don't we just buy churros? We bought churros. So she wanted to call them churro pretzels. I said, you can't do that. I said, it's a thing called truth in menu. If someone comes in and they're looking for churros, but you have them listed as churro pretzels and they're not pretzels, they could sue you. It's a $10,000 fine. It's called truth in menu. She didn't know this stuff because she's never worked in that type of kitchen. She's not a chef. And they kept going back and forth. And I would correct her, like, you cannot do that. That is against, that's against food and beverage. You can't do that. You just can't put shit on the menu. If you got grilled chicken wings, you can't just fry chicken wings and send them out. You got to give the guests grilled chicken wings. But see, she would cheat and do shit like that. And do shit like that. And we beefed a lot because of that. And this is why I say we can be our worst enemy because our GM is black, but he sided with her. He's a piece of shit. Dexter Hazel calling you out too. Don't give a shit about you. F you and your mama. So it was stuff like that. We were always clash. I said, you can't do that. And see, I wanted to make the kitchen to where when people come in, they're getting an experience. She was turning it into some type of a fast food restaurant. Frozen hamburgers and stuff like that. I said, why don't we patty our own burgers? No, we should get the frozen one that's faster. But see, if you do that, you can't cook them to certain temperatures. Somebody wants a rare burger, you can't give it to them because it's frozen. And you
lose the quality.
Thank you. It was stuff like that, buying cheap buns and all just to save money. I said, no, you can't do that. So they couldn't get me on performance. They couldn't get me on attitude. So when I got my surgery on my...
I know it was something stupid.
Yeah, when I got my surgery on my eyes and I had to miss some days, they wanted to get me on attendance. Even though, remember, I bought them my doctor's note 2 days before my shift saying I will not be in because the doctor took me out of work. They wrote me up for not calling in that day still, even though they had a doctor's note 48 hours earlier saying I can't work. Usually they say a 2 hour. Most places like call within 2 hours. I gave them 2 days, so they wrote me up for that. Well, I didn't know they wrote me up. They didn't tell me they wrote me up because I was out on medical leave. Then I went back to work, worked a few days, and I was having issues with my eyes again. Went back to the doctor. He said, "Okay, you got a partially torn retina, so had to have emergency surgery." I got it done that day, again, but I got it done on a day. Well, actually, I had went to work and got off that day, that night, because I was off. And they did it that very next morning. But I was off those next 2 days. So, of course, at that point, I couldn't see because I had the issue with my left eye and I had the detached torn retina on my right. So, basically, my vision was like at 20 or 30%. And my right eye was covered up, so I couldn't see. So, me and my sister went to the job. She handed them the note. Again, 2 days before I'm supposed to be at work. They told me I still had to call the day I was supposed to work. So you had a 2-day notice, not a 2 hour notice, a 2-day notice, 48 hours. They didn't write me up. Then they called me on the phone that weekend, that Friday, and said, "Hey, what's up? How you doing?" I said, "I'm doing good. How's your eye?" I said, "Well, still recovering." They said, "Why didn't you call in for work?" I said, "Because I bought you my doctor's." I didn't know I had to still call in the day of this shift.
Right.
They fired me for attendance. But see, the thing about it, it's like the period where if you mess up and you got the grace period, you start over. They use those two. You get 3 strikes. If you do it 3 times within 3 months, they terminate you. They had me 2 times, even though neither time was legit. What they did, they took a situation from 9 months prior. Remember, this is in December. They went all the way back to February and used that to let me go. Then they got the nerve to call me and tell me, we're not going to put you down for rehire. If you want to come back, you can come back. No, suck my dick. I ain't coming back. This is why you can't trust our people sometimes. Because this guy was a black guy who was behind it. And nothing against race. This is nothing racist, but she sided with a white woman who said that she was very controlling. And he said she's very controlling. But this is the person you put in position to manage, who had a bad attitude, and you knew this. And not only that, let me rant for like 2 more minutes. This is the same place, 51 Biltmore Avenue, the loft downtown Asheville. They fired an experienced chef because he had surgery, but they got guys on the job, and he knew that he busted drinking, stealing alcohol on the job, come to work drunk, working drunk. Never write him up. Still got him there. So suck my dick. That's the Aloft downtown Asheville. That's why I was planning to leave anyway. Go ahead, my bad. That shit gets me pissed.
Okay, love you.
That shit gets me pissed.
I see. I'm sorry, I was saying about. Did you? I
dudes with alcohol drinking got caught stealing alcohol on the job and working, yo, for real. One dude got caught sleeping. He's still there. They caught this nigga on camera pissing in a cup.
Yeah,
I do nothing, but they gonna fire me because I had surgery and I had doctor's note.
I would have.
Where I am not right now. Thank you, Hilton. Hilton gave me what I want, when I want, my schedule I want.
I would have definitely fought that. And can I get a hug?
Reason I didn't fight it because I tried to fight it, but they used that shit and used the policy stuff, and I couldn't beat it because the way they manipulated that shit. And see, they was like, well, nah, we can't, da, 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 da. And I was like, you know what? The hell with it. But see, they tried to call me, they asked me to come back. And that's when I told them to kiss my ass and suck my dick. Y'all, forgive my language. I like, no, hell no. Because see, when I left last time, they couldn't replace me. They went 2 years with cooks in and out the door. When I came back, they had me 3 straight years. They never had to worry about a chef.
Right.
And now they're right back to the same thing. They can't fill a position.
No. Well, this is GP because I was on. It just seems unethical.
Yeah.
But I mean, you blessed now, and I think that's another thing. Yeah. Like sometimes you think certain things happen for a reason.
Yeah.
Because it's your time. Like even when like when it's no growth potential or your passion is no longer there, your drive is no longer there. I think that's when it's time to go. Mm-hmm. My whole thing, and I even tell my kids that don't leave one job, don't mess up your livelihood, but still look and try to have something lined up. And I think a lot of times I get like people be like, I'm just gonna go for it. What is it called? I'm gonna just step out on faith. I ain't that much faith in the world when stuff get, built up or whatever. But I definitely would have fought that because even with my situation, we had questionable leadership and it was definitely time, but you wasn't going to do that like that. And it was unethical, built on lies. And you put a target on your back because now they looking at you.
I know.
I was okay with that. You know what I mean? Like, because I knew I won. I'm gonna let you tell your narrative. But we know on paper, because with that particular company, stuff don't get reversed like that. And I went in there and I just told the truth. And it was like, oh, that's what happened? Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't fight them because I was, you know what? I knew what would go on. I knew I knew things would fall apart. And I was like, you know what? I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing because I told my niece Maria, I said, don't worry, they're gonna call me to come back to work. Right. And they did. And I'm letting it be because I already see how they're getting the bad reviews about the food and all this other stuff. So I'm like, shoot themselves in the foot. Give them the rope. They'll hang themselves. And I was like, I'm at Hilton, and they gave me a Hilton everything I had at the other job plus more.
Can I use your discount?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. I think the other
And the
thing
discount is better too.
what should be in it?
This
I think
discount
the
is better
other
too.
thing is also salary.
Yeah.
And I think that's another thing. Compensation of your skills and your experience is like a must. I'm gonna tell you a secret. I'm really learning
Mm-hmm.
that now. I I realize well, I had to realize, through other channels of life. Sometimes we can also get comfortable in a certain position where so we only go for what we know we can get, right?
Yeah.
And it could be like, damn, you can go beyond that, but I guess the fear of failing or being told no.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to start applying for things that I knew that was
Mm-hmm.
higher than that to get
Mm-hmm.
where I wanted to be, far as like compensation wise, far as
Mm-hmm.
with my skill set, my experience, and all of those things. I'm like, why am I still doing this? But it's a safety zone.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I know I can get that job. So what I started doing was I started applying for stuff that I would not apply for,
Mm-hmm.
like things that I'm challenging myself, my experience, because your resume
Mm-hmm.
speaks for itself, and that's like
Exactly.
the other piece. And they were calling me back, and I was like,
Yep.
oh. So even if I did like the interview, the one thing
Mm-hmm.
is just to get the call back for an interview, even if you don't, somebody else could be a little bit more experienced, whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
it's okay. I had to learn how to accept the no's to get
Yeah.
to the places where I'm going and where I'm headed.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of times we stay in certain jobs for complacency and comfort,
Yeah.
but it's also like holding us back. So I think some of the signs to know when it's time to walk away from a job, especially when you're just not feeling it and you're not feeling fulfilled and you don't
Yeah.
want to go when you don't want to go to work every day,
Yeah.
it may be it's time to start looking.
And I was at that point. I really was. I was. My niece to tell you, I started calling it the plantation. And anytime I call something plantation, I'm done. And I started calling it the plantation.
Yeah.
She said, "You ready to go, Unc?" I said, "Yup." Yeah.
So, and last question before we go to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think, even though that situation happened like that, do you think it was for the best or what? Or no?
Yeah, it's for the best. I got to admit, it's for the best
I
because
agree.
where I'm at now, like I said, when they heard I worked for Marriott, and this is not Marriott, it's a Marriott company. I mean, Marriott owned, but it's someone who basically has stake to the company. So I'm not going to put this on Marriott.
Mm-hmm.
But when they found out I worked for Marriott and worked for that particular hotel, they jumped on it like, yeah, we got to have you here.
Yeah, no, that's what's up.
Because they wanted the creativity, they wanted all that stuff, and with
I
them,
know. I knew you had it when you told me. I was like, you won't get it. You
yeah,
go, go, no, go,
yeah,
go, go.
yeah, but yeah, yeah, and see, I'm not in the position I was at the loft of Marriott, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
still getting paid that money, and
Okay.
I'm more of a trainer now, but
Okay.
I still getting the money I was getting from over there, so much less stress than I had over there for the same amount of money.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hand TV made um a good point. Comfort zones will kill you. A good work
mm-hmm.
environment is key, no matter
Mm-hmm.
how much you get paid. I agree. You
Yeah.
because I see people that make six, sometimes seven figures.
Mm-hmm.
They hate going to work.
Hate
They're
going to work.
miserable. They're severely deprived. It's like it's a lot. But when you can have somebody that's like, oh, I'm cool with what I make because I like going to work, and I'm like, okay, but how long you gonna be cool with
Yeah.
that? Like, you know what I mean? Because and a lot of times it's the environment is what you make it. But if it's already toxic and
Yeah.
surrounded by toxicity, and I know that sometimes toxic leadership will hire other toxic people,
Yeah. Some
and
Coco,
then it's
like in my
crazy,
field, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm a chef. And when you work among other chefs, you know what to expect.
right?
Because we have a brigade system. You have the executive chef, the chef de partie, the sous chef. You know where you are and you know your place to where there was no you didn't know where you stood. So I know I have a sous over me and I know I have an executive chef. I know that. So, but in my position, it's like you do you, they come and you do what you do. If you have issues, then you know who to go to. Like, hey, I need this, I need I need another under chef. I need this. I know where to go. I don't have to say, damn man, who am I? You know, I don't have that issue. And that's the good thing. It's always good for chefs. We might clash, but that's what we do. But we know where we know our lane.
Right.
And the executive chef is not going to jump in your lane and tell you nothing. He's not going to mess with you. He's giving you that position. He puts you in a position to where you do what you got to do. And if you need me, you call me. If you screw up, I'm coming to check you. And that's fine, because that means I'm not looking over my shoulder. Yeah, and I like it that way.
Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
So when do you walk away from a friendship?
Same way. Lack of respect. Lack of respect. If you're let's just say if I got a friend and he's always gossiping to somebody about me, or the person's gossiping about me, he's like, yeah. And he's not checking them. Like, yo, that's my homie too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's just going on with the bullshit. I'm like, you ain't my homie, man. Because like I said, friends don't let other friends talk about you. They'll check them niggas. Like, yo, chill. That's my dog, man. If you got an issue, you tell him. But if you in on the bullshit and you just gossiping, and you come back to me saying, yeah, so-and-so said this about you. I'm like, nigga, what you say? That's why I don't have any friends here. I got like one friend. Because I don't trust nobody here.
I think for me, it's when it gets uncomfortable. Yeah. Or, it becomes that some people label it as growing apart. But even if we grow apart, I shouldn't be, I don't have to be uncomfortable around you. You know what I mean? Whereas though something is just off, right? Yeah. Then that means it's not even that we're growing apart. We just on two different ways. Yeah. And it's okay, but sometimes you got to walk away. But I think betrayal is, if I feel betrayed by you, if I feel like you had some like narcissistic ways, then I will completely walk away from the friendship. So I think when you grow apart from people, I can still love you. I can still be cool with you. We can still vibe out. I think that's different. We probably just can't talk all the time because the conversation dynamic is just different. You know?
On different levels,
The circle dynamic is different. Like for instance, like sometimes, depending on, I'm gonna take it back. I remember when I was like going to school, and what was I going for? Was it nursing? Yeah, I was going to nursing school. And the first lesson before we started was the instructor told us, she was like, your friend, whoever you're friends with now, if they're not in healthcare or, in the same, field that you're in, you're not going to be friends no more.
Yeah.
And we was all looking at each other like, shit, that's my girl. But it's very true, because if you have friends that's in other areas, they tend to become friends with people within their field, within their lane. I think because certain jokes are not the same, because people in healthcare or people in, I can only speak for healthcare, make healthcare jokes. You know what I mean? That
I got you.
That we get, you. And whereas if I'm around somebody that's maybe like, let's say a trucker, and they make a trucker joke, I'm like, y'all might be busting a gut, and I'm just like, that shit was funny. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like it doesn't mean it's just y'all on two different wavelengths, and then it's like you may have some friendships where you just not. When I say getting something from fulfillment, it's like I like to see everybody keep going and keep progressing and keep elevating. I don't like to see, especially if I love you and you're my friend, I don't want to see you just stay plateau, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like if you go one way, because it's just the conversation changes.
Yeah. I got you.
It does, because you start to have different experiences. You start to move different, and then they say you are your circle. Yeah. So, and most people, if you want to be, if you want to reach certain things, you tend to socialize with that group of people, because that's where you want. I can't socialize with somebody that's still sitting on the porch. if that makes
Right.
sense.
Yeah. You know what turns me off in some friendship, and I have a friend, you know, love her to death. She's cool. She could be, and and we've talked. I just hate to have friends, and I'll cut you off, to be honest with you, if it came to, I mean, I will cut a person off if we're talking. Every time we talk, you're always bringing up something bad. There's never a conversation where we could talk and laugh about something, or have a discussion about what's going on. It's always, man, this bitch, she did this, and it's always something negative.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Never have a
can you?
good day.
Yeah, it's like not, yeah, you never have a good day, and I'm like, some of your problems are your fault. You're doing because you're only talking negative about something. You never call and say, hey, check this out. I mean, I'm not all say about gossip, but sometimes, a little bit of gossip when you on the phone, you just like, yo, check this out. You know what happened? Da, da, da. Just something you can laugh at. I said sometimes gossip is good because you laugh about it. But when you're
Yeah.
always just talking about bad stuff that's happening, and I'm not talking about like world news, nothing like that. What you, man, it's like you're whining all the time. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear that all the time. Tell me how, tell me who shit you was talking to somebody. Tell me about the fight you
Right.
seen, something. But and see that I won't end a friendship, but I'll distance myself.
Yeah.
Because a person might be a good person. It's just I might be having one of them days where I'm like, yo, man, check this. I just jumped over the moon with the cow and shit. I seen the pigs fly, and then you calling me, telling me, you know what? This bitch should have had some ugly shoes on. You ain't saying nothing back to her?
I'll be
You ain't
like,
tell,
did you?
you
Let me
ain't tell,
see.
yeah, I'm like, you ain't tell her mama got an ugly nose? I'm still out like that. Like, and even with the person,
No,
and I don't
I need to confirm because sometimes I might be like, friend, they would say they was some black.
and I love this person. I've known this person probably 10 years now. We're both in the military together. And I'm like even when I joke, it's like, I'm like, come on, man. Come on. Like liven up. You're 42 years old now, man. Liven up. Have some fun, enjoy yourself. Stop being no, I'm not gonna take it any further because a certain group might get upset.
Oh gosh. Okay, so
Yeah.
let me go to what I think. So for another thing for me,
Mm-hmm.
with walking away, I don't know if it's true for anybody else. It's like balance.
Yeah.
If I notice it's always like this, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give an example. We're gonna use you because I know she
Mm.
probably listening somewhere.
Dude,
Hopefully, don't
she
come.
just got
I'm
she
gonna
just
stay
got
right
this in her
here.
mouth right now, so she ain't responding.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay right here. I'm not gonna look at the
What
comments.
up, Jude?
Like for instance, with you,
Mm-hmm.
there's been like Judah be like, we'll be talking, and
Mm-hmm.
she's a motivator. I'm a motivator. Like you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean. It's never like a hating moment. It's like, oh shit,
Yeah.
I like that. And then she'll also be like, all right, all that. But when the last time you picked up a brush? When the last time? Her thing is you still gonna kick? You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I
But
need
I
it.
got you though. Yeah.
It's been a minute, and
Yeah.
it's the same way. I'm like, oh shit, let me see. This is in the third,
Yeah.
and or I might be like, oh, I got this idea. This is in the third. She's gonna kick that back. So
Yeah.
even if it's a time where, and I think we both do it, where we might be pissed off about something and just venting.
Yeah.
And
That's cool.
and during an event, she's famous for like she'll convict to me about something. But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes people say something and they be like, and I said, da 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 da. But I'm not. If it's funny, I'm gonna laugh. And then
Yeah.
I'll be like, I'm sorry, I ain't mean to laugh. She be like, no, because that was stupid. And then she'll start chuckling, but
Yeah.
it gives a good balance because we're not gonna stay in that angry space. Or if
Right.
I'm feeling some type of way, I know I can vent, but she gonna say something stupid, and it's gonna be
Yeah.
like, that's cool.
Yeah.
But then you always have those the ones I started to walk away from over
Mm-hmm.
the last couple of years were the ones where it was like I felt like I was always the giver, whether it was
Yeah.
emotionally, all of those things. But then it's like when I needed that shoulder or I needed that confidant. I didn't have that, and certain friendships.
Then my
So I
mother used to say about that. My mother
Right.
used to say, you're their friend, but they're not your friend.
True.
Yeah, that's what she always said. She said, yeah, I'm their friend. And I was like, huh? She said, yeah, I'm their friend. I said, what
But,
about you? She said,
some
they're
people
not.
will say they don't know how to. They don't,
Mm-hmm.
and I try to respect that. Like some people
Mm-hmm.
like, well, I don't know what to say or what to do for you,
Mm-hmm.
and they might be like, you may always know what to say.
Yeah,
My
that's
thing
what
is
it's still.
sometimes I don't need you to say nothing. Sometimes I
Yes,
might be
listen.
fuss, or if I'm venting to you,
Mm-hmm.
don't get upset with me, or turn back around and be like, if you know I'm having a bad day, right? Let's say I vent to you about something,
Yeah.
and then I might be having a bad week.
Mm-hmm.
So you might talk to me. My mode might be awful, but it might be just because I got things on my mind. It's not
Yeah.
personal.
Right.
But
Right.
and then you'll be like, it's because you mad at everybody else. Da, da, da.
Right.
I don't like that because it's
No,
like, damn, if I wouldn't have never said anything, would that be a thing?
that's a cop with them. That's a
Yeah,
cop with them. They just.
I don't like that.
No, I don't either. And see, with my friend also, and I'm more like a big brother of her. It's like she'll say something that's funny, and I'll laugh. She said, "Don't laugh," and it's stuff like that, and it be something funny as hell.
Hmm.
Don't laugh. Don't be laughing. I'm like, what do you want me to do then?
Yeah,
But see, and I love it. And if she's watching the show, she know I love you to death. It's like
but
you gotta chill, man. If I'm laughing, I'm not laughing at you. What you say might be funny, and humor is funny. Cause like with me, my first comeback when something's going wrong is humor to make them feel a little bit better, so they can laugh. And I said, you don't understand. You're a funny person, and she knows what she say might be humorous, but she don't want you to laugh at it. I'm like, you need to laugh some. Stop
right,
looking and see. Her problem is, and then I say if she's watching the show, love you to death, call me on the phone and we'll talk what I'm talking about. But it's like she wants validation. If you don't agree with her, she don't like you. If you challenge her, she don't want to hear it. It's like, but it's like I'm going to say it. It's like the issue about transgenderism. She's a strong black woman. This is what I told her. I said,
oh
no, no,
Lord,
listen, no, but it's
no.
nothing. But it's nothing bad. It's nothing bad. It's nothing bad. It's
Oh,
nothing bad at all, really. For it's nothing bad. This is what I said.
eh,
I said, no, listen. I said, I respect a person's right to be who they want to be. That's what I told her. I said, I respect that. I said, I got a person at work, the one I told you about, the one at work who was digging me. You know
mhm.
what I'm talking about? I said, I respect the person's
Wait,
lifestyle.
how she call you? Please do it.
What you mean? Huh? You said what?
How she used to call you?
Oh, I can't do it. She used to do the little cat call. She still do. But see, that's what I mean. Now, this person is transitioned to being a male, but around me, she's a female. You know, but we're cool with that. We're cool with that. You don't want to talk about it at work. But
Okay,
anyway,
yeah.
this is what I told my friend. I said, look, I respect anyone's right to be who they want to be. If you feel masculine, great. I will respect you. However, that doesn't mean I have to agree with you. But you're still my friend. If a man considers himself a woman, I respect him for that. I'll address him and give him that respect. That doesn't mean I have to still see him as a woman. I don't have to do that. But that
Even if
doesn't
you
mean
got
I hate the person, huh?
even if you got titties.
I mean, if he I'm talking if he ain't had the surgery or nothing, if he's still, straight up man, just rocking, just throwing the makeup on. I mean, I respect the person if that's them, I respect that. I said, but that doesn't mean I have to agree that they're a female, a
Okay.
woman. That's what I try to tell her. She said, no, he's a woman. I said, you just said he. And I said, I'll call you what I said, my job. Each job I've been to, I said, I respect you. But that doesn't mean I have to agree. Like, you don't have to agree with me, but that don't mean we're not friends. And see, that's situations like that. I have to agree with her. And I'm like, no, I don't agree that that's a female. Especially if you're still swinging. I don't have to agree with that, but I'm going to still respect that individual for who they feel they are, because they're still a person.
Okay.
But see, she don't see it that way.
Because
That's what I'm saying.
she wants you to respect the pronoun.
Not so much even the pronoun. Just say that's a woman. It's not even the pronoun. I respect the pronoun.
Wait a minute, that's the same chick we talking about?
No. You talking about the one at work? No, I'm talking about my friend. My friend feels that way.
I'm confused. I'm confused.
Okay, the one I was talking about how is always nothing positive. Always, she's the one that says, okay. I have to respect. It's not the pronoun. I'm cool with the pronoun. I'm cool with that. But she says, no, you have to still call this person a woman. And I said, I will, but that doesn't mean I agree.
I see. Okay.
That's what she said. No, that's a woman. I said, in my mind, no, because it's still, that person is just wearing makeup. If I put on makeup and a wig, I can't just call myself a woman. That's just my opinion.
But I can see, I see both. I see your side and I see that side.
Because I agree. I see her side too.
That go into
we both can be right.
Beliefs in their walk of life that can end a friendship if that person is passionate about it. Because their feelings and their values cannot be negated, because that's theirs. We don't do that.
But see, I respect them. See the individual itself. I respect them. But she's saying no. Like if like just say you identify as a man, and you're walking around, your name is Shaq.
Hello.
Yeah, your name is Shaq. I'm gonna call you Shaq.
Because I gotta be Shaq. Can't be.
I mean, because I don't know male. I don't know what word would come from Shannon. That's a name that can flip. I don't know. And if you wouldn't be known as Shannon, I'm gonna respect you. I'm gonna treat you like the homie.
All right.
I'm cool with that. But that doesn't mean I feel that you're a man, but I'm gonna respect you. But she's saying the way I still have to think that way. And I'm like, no, I don't have to think that way. You think your way, I think my way. But I'm gonna respect you for who you are. Like if I want you to call me King, I don't know, let's say Ringo Mandingo, you know, that don't mean I am to you. But if you call me cool, I'm cool with that. That's what I'm saying. She feels I have to think that way too. I said, no, I don't.
As long as that friendship is going to end anyway.
I said, as long as I respect that person.
But I think when your beliefs are different, it's inevitable for it to happen at some point.
Yeah,
because there's no way that
she can't roll with me with that.
Yeah,
y'all can respect her, but she can't respect me about it.
Right.
And I'm like,
well, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, she's still my dog. You know, she's still my homie. Yeah.
No, I mean, I've literally cut ties with people, but I think you have to really do something to me. But I think the biggest thing for me that had me walk away from people is human moments. And I feel like you ever have like people consider you to be like emotionless or humanless, where so you have to be robotic, where you can't have human moments, you can't have human expression.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, all of those things. So it's like when you show expression, like you can create the space. We always talk about spaces.
Right.
But people that have their moments, right?
Right.
For me, if I have a moment, allow me that.
Yeah.
Don't tell me I can't have it. Don't shoot me. You know.
That's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at.
Throw it back in a certain way, and then it'll be like, I mean, but I thought you was just like complaining or doing some. I had somebody, and I was like complaining. It threw me off because I'm like, the fuck? Like, but I can listen all day. I will never say you complain or whatever. I feel like you trusted me to do that.
Yeah.
So I trust you to be expressive. Like I'll call you. Nigga. Guess what happened? You know, or you know, something like that. You know, we just we going that right. But you don't give me the okay, well, you know, this is and that. You might give me your little advice if it's needed. If not, you don't. But you're not gonna be like, I mean, I heard you, but I didn't think it was that. Like,
yeah.
Like give me just enough leeway. Give me the same space that I give you.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes, and I'm the person, I think I am that friend, and it could be I'm a horrible friend. Whereas though I don't talk to my friends all the time,
I don't
and
either.
it's not like intentional.
Mm-hmm.
Life be lifing,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes I just have a lot of shit going on.
Mm-hmm.
Where one, I'm not going to disturb nobody. Peace. I'm the type of person.
Mm-hmm.
If I gotta call you at 7 o'clock in the morning, what you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Because I haven't talked to you, I may
Mm-hmm.
do that. But hey,
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte.
What's up, Big Shaw Van Dam? What's up, homie? That's
But
my
I'm
dude
not
right
going
there.
to like. I'm not going to It's no love loss. Sometimes I just gotta process and go through certain things,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's like, and then we play catch up. But don't get mad at me,
Mm-hmm.
like, because then I feel like, oh, okay, well, we probably wasn't that cool.
And see,
Or if
that's what
you
I'm
feel
saying.
some type of way, pull me up and say something to me about it. But if you
Mm-hmm.
don't, I mean, not saying you don't say anything, and it could be I'm not even really thinking. I'm just moving. I'm just going. You know what a day like for me.
And, you know,
So
see that. See that?
sometimes I
Yeah, I
need
do.
to be
That's why I'd
quiet.
be like, nah, I can't do your job. That's why I'd be like, yo, big props to you because I cannot do your job.
And sometimes when I talk to people all day, I don't want to talk to nobody else.
Who the
Oh,
hell is
somebody's
this?
selling bundles. We got spam.
Non-binary, non-experimental. Who the hell is this?
Spam.
Oh, spam. Yeah, we're going to get rid of him. uh,
I'm mad we reading it though. Go ahead. Go ahead.
that's Rich. He had to put that up there. Look at it. What the hell? Oh, that's me. My bad. That's me in the chat. My laptop was on top of my keyboard was on top of my laptop. Anyway, it's
You the spam?
no. I mean, I just put some. Now you don't. I hadn't sent it yet. My bad. I had my laptop on some on top of my laptop. But no, that's not me. No.
That's what I'm saying. Like Sean say, you and him don't talk often, but still that's his bro no matter what.
That's my dude.
But I
Yeah,
think it's
that's my
different
dude.
for guys than female. Females be like, oh, you got brand new. This the one. This the
Yeah.
one. And I literally cut people off. Ever since you started doing XYZ, first of all, you're not gonna come for me for an accolade or for an accomplishment and be
Yeah.
like, ever since you got this to go, ever since you acting, no, maybe it just got a little bit busy.
Right.
But that's not the way that you're gonna come at me either. Because a lot of times it don't be that. Sometimes I just go through stuff and I know a lot of times when you hear the I don't know what to say. And then you know your friends. And then
Yeah.
sometimes you got to get your thoughts together because if my friends are gonna be like me, they're gonna be like, wow,
Oh, I know. I was going to say
you
before
know,
something popped up.
and they're gonna tell me the truth, and I have to make sure I'm ready to receive that and have that conversation. And
Mhm.
sometimes I don't be in that space that be receiving nothing. I just be needing
And
to be.
see, that's why I'm not in a relationship and people call me selfish. I say I'm not in a relationship because I know I can't give the person the time they might want or deserve. But they say, are you being selfish? No, being selfish would tell a person, okay, yeah, and doing my own thing and just dragging them through the street like, yeah, I got this bitch. I said, no, if I know I don't have the time, I'm not being selfish. I'm telling you, I can't give you the time and I'm not going to waste your time. That's not being selfish. Being selfish is telling you, yeah, I'm down for that. Yeah, we can link up. But 7 days, 5 or 6 days out of the week, I'm doing my thing, and you're like, why you never call me? Why you never come see me?
But why you always gotta be the one to call? That'd be another thing. Why I gotta always be the caller?
Because you be at work. I don't like calling people at work.
No, I ain't talking about you. I'm just talking about Pretty. I hate when people like, I ain't
Oh,
heard.
okay.
And then I'll be like, oh, I ain't heard from you neither. But
Oh, okay. Yeah,
you
because
know,
I don't call people at work. I don't like doing that because I know, like, that's why I say, you busy? If I do call you, because I don't know your situation. That's why I talk to somebody after. But see, think about it, when you get off work, I'm usually at work or I'm napping. I sleep a
I
lot.
call and interrupt all your stuff all the time.
Yeah, I know, but especially my Aretha.
You be
I listen
bad.
to my Aretha Franklin. I listen to Aretha Franklin daily. Like
You
people
just
read the
got me.
Bible in the morning. People read the Bible
I
in
ain't
the
never,
morning. I wake
you
up with
never
Aretha.
cussed at me until that day. You know that? That's the first time you.
I wake up. What's up, Jay Nate? What's on, man? Coughs, and I'm gonna tell you about yourself if you're wrong, but not till after we finish tearing some shit up.
And he ain't never lied. He ain't never lied. We done been in that situation before. He'll be like, and you don't have to have me out here acting a fool. That's what he is. That be my response.
Nate.
All right,
That's
so
wild. We gotta go to break. Yeah.
9:00 mark. So we're gonna take a quick break. So if you're on Facebook or YouTube, we appreciate you. We're gonna disappear. We're gonna come back. So for the second half, we're gonna talk about when to walk away and from family and relationships.
Right.
So with that being said, go get yourself something to drink because you know the second half is where it goes down.
We'll be back.
You know we had to get the hooligans up here.